Hello, this is Faye Peterson. I am doing the practical component of Unit 5, Diploma of Counselling. Here is my Working with Children check, which is a current registration. And today we have Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. So, Matt, what brings you here today?
Well, the reason why I decided to come in today is I have a few personal problems that I'd like for us to address. Primarily, I'm having some tough issues with my confidence.
I see.
Yeah. I've generally been a really confident guy my whole life, but recently I haven't been, especially when it comes to romantic interests.
I see.
For example, I've got this problem at the moment where there's this girl that I really like and I want to ask her out. Who works nearby me, but every time that I go in and approach her and try to spark up a conversation with her and ultimately ask her out, I get really stressed and really anxious. Yeah, and so it's horrible. I start to sweat. I go red in the face. I'm a bit cumbersome with words. Yeah.
So it does sound like you're quite anxious in that situation, or other situations as well.
You know, I'm generally pretty good, you know, especially around my friends, my colleagues and stuff, and just
Okay.
either other women, yeah, just friends. I'm usually quite fine, you know, I can be a bit of a joker and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to romantic interests, it's just, yeah, it's been a bit of an issue for me lately.
Okay, well, would you like to tell me a little bit more about lately? Like, has it always been like that, or has it just been recent?
Look, it's mostly a recent thing. I was quite like a confident young guy.
Yeah.
But I got married quite young actually.
I see.
Yeah, and that didn't end up working out. We actually got a divorce 5 years ago. And she left me for another man, and we had 2 children together as well. When that started, I was obviously quite a confident man, and you know, I got married and stuff. But since my divorce, it's kind of been lacking in that area. Really, it's. Yeah.
Sounds like you would be still remembering a lot of pain from that time.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard to talk about. So I think you might be right. I mean, you know, I guess the fact that she left me for somebody else was the hardest part to swallow. Just because
that would be very, very.
You know, if she
difficult.
had left me to spend some time by herself, that I could understand. But to leave me for someone else, obviously there was she made an assessment and someone else would give her more than I could, so it's quite a failure on my part, I believe.
Well, sometimes we can look at it like that as a failure, but people often just grow apart, particularly when you were married so young.
Yeah.
And with the children and everything. And often it's no fault of anyone's. It's just people going in different directions. But I can understand how you could feel so much pain about that. And
Yeah.
it can take away your confidence dreadfully.
I think so, yeah. I think, I mean, you know, I'm no psychologist, but I think it definitely, I think it's definitely had an effect on me, especially, you know, in approaching other women and stuff.
Yeah, of course it would. That's only normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it would have that effect. And
I often go back and think about what happened with that marriage after I've left and I haven't asked her out as I promised myself I would that day. So I'm not too sure if the two are linked, but it's, you know.
So, what worries you the most about approaching this lady?
I guess I'm just worried that she's going to think I'm a fool and she's going to reject me.
I see.
Ultimately.
So, yeah, you have got feelings of
I guess so. I mean, I'm quite a successful man and I've got lots of friends and stuff. So I mean, I don't think that I'm categorically worthless. But when I do approach a woman as such, all of those type of thoughts do start to attack me though.
Okay,
you know, you're not good enough. She's gonna, you know, what are you doing? She's not gonna, you know, go out with you and stuff. So, and just these thoughts, and it's just that strong physical reaction, which is just disgusting. And that usually follows those thoughts.
Okay, so it starts out with the thought that you're not good enough, and she's going to reject you, and it makes you anxious.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay then. So, the goals with our time together, just correct me if I'm wrong, but you would just like to stop criticising yourself so much?
Yes, that's true. I think that would be beneficial.
Okay. And obviously have more confidence.
Yes, I think that's my ultimate goal, is to have a lot more confidence, just to get that aspect of myself back that I used to have,
And also address the fear of rejection as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, how about, Matt, we try on some new ideas today,
Okay.
just to see what happens. And I'm thinking of using a technique called cognitive restructuring, which in a way might challenge the way you look at things.
Okay.
All right? How does that feel?
Yeah, it sounds alright. We can give it a shot. Yeah.
It's, you know, it won't hurt.
Okay.
Okay, so basically when you criticise yourself and tell yourself that, you know, oh, I'm so scared I'm going to be rejected, you know, why would you do that?
I guess it's just like this voice in my head that comes in. It's almost intrusive in a sense. I mean, I set out with, you know, my goal to ask this girl out. I try to, you know, psych myself up to do it, but then it's almost intrusive, these thoughts, and then it just, you know, destroys that confidence that I have tried to psych myself up for. And I realise that confidence is really quite superficial in the moment. It's not from within.
Okay.
So
you're very self-aware then.
You could say so, I guess.
And maybe you could call that out, that criticism, and say, hang on a minute, is this true? I just get you to think about this. Like, everything that happens, we attribute meaning to.
Okay.
It's like the old saw of the glass half empty or the glass half full.
Yeah.
It's still the same level in the glass. It's just how we see it.
Yeah, that's very true. I think.
So any situation is how we, you know, what sort of emotions and feelings and thoughts we attribute to a certain situation. So I just wondered, if you see yourself in this situation with this lady and you weren't anxious, how would that look?
Well, I think I'd be a lot more confident. I'd probably try to be a bit more witty, usually like I am with my friends, and yeah, you know, probably develop a better, you know, rapport and all that kind of stuff. I think that's what I would have been like when I was younger and more confident, you know, before everything happened. So
yeah, that sounds like a much better version of things, doesn't it? And just another question: what would you say to a friend in a similar situation?
Oh, look, I'd probably tell him to suck it up and let the past be the past and just go for it, you know what I mean? Like, you only live once, so, you know, why not?
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Now that I've said that out loud and so, I guess it's a perspective I hadn't really considered.
Yeah, that is an interesting thought to think about. Well, I think that's enough for our little chat today.
Okay, yeah.
If you're feeling comfortable with this.
I am. I actually feel a lot better. I was really quite nervous to come in, so I'm glad that I did come in.
Well done. And you've got so many positives in your life too.
Yes, that's true.
What I would like you to do this week, before I see you again, is if you would keep a small diary and just write down every time you start to self-criticise or have negative thoughts, just write those thoughts down.
Okay.
And that will help you to clarify what sort of beliefs are under this.
Okay.
So we can work on those. Okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
And the other thing is, if you would just take a few minutes each evening, if that's suitable to you, but just sit in a quiet place.
Okay.
Do some slow breathing.
Yeah. What
I usually recommend is breathe in for the count of 3.
Yeah.
And hold to the count of 4. And then exhale to the count of 5. And that tends to just get you into that space of relaxation.
Yeah.
And at the same time as doing that, I would like you to visualize yourself talking to this lady.
Okay.
And seeing yourself being really calm. And as you do the breathing exercise,
yeah.
you will find you will look at this situation from a different perspective.
Okay.
And see yourself being calm.
Okay, well, yeah, that sounds easy enough. Yeah, maybe give that a go, yeah.
So I would be very interested to see how things go with you.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for seeing me.
Okay.